Going to grad school not to be perfect, but to learn. It can be a very lonely journey, you know? Maybe you fail a quiz or exam or a practical, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen. I'm currently a third year PT student. I'm graduating in a month. So I thought it would be fun to talk about 5 things I wish I knew before I started PT school, because I made it this far and I'm about to graduate. So I wish I knew these things before I started school. I feel like it would have saved me a lot of breakdowns and just tears and then just helped me just have the process smoother. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. So the first tip is going to be all about energy management. This is going to focus on kind of your area of strength versus weakness. So I personally like to do all of my bulk studying in the beginning. So I like to do the hard stuff and get it out of the way. So whether it's like clinical questions, case-based scenarios, trying to teach others certain subjects and stuff like that, I do that in the very beginning of my study session. And then all of my passive studying I do at the end. So it's like making Anki cards, maybe like drawing muscles and stuff if I'm studying anatomy, things like that where I don't have to think too hard. I like to do that later on, but that's me personally, so I feel like it's important to understand where your strengths are. Maybe you like to do the easy stuff in the beginning so it feels like you are accomplished, and then you kind of get a pace going and then you do the harder things. So I think within that first few months of PG school, I wish I would have took more time to really sit down and understand my best studying habits and where I was like learning the most and really absorbing things better. Tip number 2, stop talking shop. I know it's super tempting to talk about all of the tests and questions and answers. I found it personally to be very anxiety invoking, like after taking an exam and then going to the break room and everyone talking about the exam and what questions they had troubles with and what they answered. And it just made me scared because if I didn't answer the majority, or if I knew that I got a lot of the questions incorrect, I would just go in a spiral and it just was not healthy for me. So I tended to just take my exam and then I would go outside and take a walk and just decompress. I think it's important to realize what you can and can't control in PT school. You did the exam, you studied your best, you did your best. Whether you do get a good score or you don't get a good score, you're going to learn through the process. So I think that's important. No matter what, you can't go back and change the answers. I came to a point in my schooling where I didn't even look at what score I got. I kind of just took the exam, and then if I failed the exam or if I didn't do good, I knew someone would email me about it, about retaking it. So I kind of just let it go and let the universe do its thing. This is tip number 3. It's going to be practice what you preach. We are movement specialists. You're a PT. We know that movement is medicine and there's so many benefits with just exercising and staying active. I feel like it's kind of hypocritical if you're telling your patients to go out and stay super active. Well, we're here just sitting at our desk studying for 8 hours straight. It's beneficial more for you in the aspect of you move, you get perfusion to your brain, you get, the needed BDNF that really helps just retain all the information that you're getting when you're studying. I feel like even just something simple as just stopping studying when you know you hit that breaking point where you just can't retain any more information, and then just step outside and take a walk. Take a breather, smell the flowers, touch some grass. Everyone needs some time to just touch grass. And I feel like I did not touch enough grass while I was in grad school. And now all I want to do is just touch grass. I digress. But anyways, I think that is super important. We need to stand by what we preach so much to our patients. And we need to realize how important movement is, and understanding that that really is medicine, physically and mentally. Tip number 4 is going to be progress over perfection. I think that this is something that needs to be hammered down. It's so important. 95% of people in grad school are probably type A. There's a little bit of type A in everyone, which is honestly the reason why you probably got into grad school. You are super organized, you're on top of your shit. You really like to just have control of everything, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think we need to remind ourselves that you go into grad school not to be perfect, but to learn and to grow. And in order to learn and to grow, you need to make mistakes and you need to fall on your ass sometimes. And maybe you fail a quiz or exam or a practical, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that a lot of people in grad school, we like to be perfectionists. It's super rigorous course. You're scared a lot of the time because you know that if you fail an exam, you can get held back or you don't pass the program, things like that. All real things to be worried about. But I think the extra pressure kind of makes it worse on you. And you just need to accept and give yourself grace with mistakes. You know, we're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. You're always going to have something that requires you to work a little harder than others, or you're going to have your strong suits and you're going to have things that you just struggle with, and that's totally okay too. I think the best clinician is one that knows they don't know everything and they're really open to learning. I think asking the questions, even if they're dumb questions, is a superpower. Being able to be okay with making mistakes, even out in the open. Tip number 5 is going to be that community is everything. I would not be standing here today if I didn't have the people that were by my side through grad school, with a shoulder to cry on, with just notes that I needed, which was teaching me complex things that I just had no idea how to wrap my brain around. The trauma bonding that comes from grad school is going to be insane. You are going to be with these people for the next 3 years, and I think an important thing that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to grad school is it can be a very lonely journey, you know? You are constantly having to bail out on plans and kind of put your life on hold because you're studying and you're working towards something, and people that aren't in school and who are working just don't understand the kind of sacrifices and boundaries you have to make when it comes to school. You know, some people are going to be wondering where you are, like you go MIA, or you can't go to birthday parties and vacations and dinners and all of that stuff because you have to put school first. Some people just don't understand that. But you know who does understand it? Your classmates. Those are the people that can fully understand you and make you feel seen. So lean on those people. Make friends with those people. They're going to be lifelong friends forever. You're going to be hitting them up for years later. Community is everything in just life in general. So I feel like find your people to be there for you, because you're going to have a lot of high highs and a lot of low lows, and you want people around you to lean a shoulder on or to take shots with when you're celebrating. In the grand scheme of things, I think it's important to realize that school isn't everything. I know I just did a whole video about tips on school, but baby girl, there's a whole life out there for you. I think it was important for me to make sure I had certain things that I was looking forward to that weren't school. So I took advantage of just the weekends that I didn't have to study as hard, or during my vacations. I planned trips, I had fun dates, like things that I was just looking forward to that would help me get through the process, I think is important also. Because school isn't everything. You are working towards something, and you just have to remind yourself that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is an end date. There is a graduation day where everything that you worked hard for is going to all come together, and it's all going to just be worthwhile. Being able to take a step back and know that you put all your effort into something that you should be very proud of, and you're going to be working in a field where you are impacting others and you're making a positive impact on people and helping them move and get their quality of life back. You have to remember that there's a patient out there, you know? I think school kind of blurs the line sometimes, where you're just second guessing if you even want to do this whole career thing, because it's just tough and you just low-key want to give up half the time. But I think it's important to remember, you know, there's more to life than school. There's a patient out there waiting for you that you are going to be making impact on. And, you know, life is still good, baby. Like, I don't know how to wrap that all up, but life is still good. You should have things to look forward to. Look forward to graduation day, like all of that good stuff. So yeah, just keep doing it. You can do hard things. Alrighty guys, thank you for listening to my advice. If you thought that it was really helpful, please let me know in the comments down below. If you want more of like a technical video where it comes to applications and just all of the nitty-gritty things, I can also do that. Thank you for taking time out of your day to just experience this little corner of the internet with me. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!